Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up weekdays. Catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. I hope this show finds you in good spirits. Real talk. We got something to be excited about or to hopefully look forward to. But we do have some good news nonetheless. I will say that. We do have some good news, and I'm very excited about this. This is a win, okay? This is a step in the right direction, and I'm really, really looking forward to talking to you guys about this. Yeah. Maybe we're going to get closer to some clarity, some transparency here in the very, very near future. Maybe even as soon as tomorrow. You never know, y'all. We got some news, okay? We have got some news for you guys, and again, I am really looking forward to this. I'm going to give you guys some information, let you guys know what's been going down, etc. And yeah, like I said, a step in the right direction. Nonetheless, I am very, very happy right now, or I'm actually excited, and I'm at the edge of my seat, and I'll explain here why in a little bit. But we do have some good news. Slow motion is better than no motion, baby. That's what I'd like to say. Okay? That's what I'd like to say. All right? So do me a favor, guys, before we get into everything, okay? Hit that like button down below. Crush it, make it scream out your name and all that goodness, okay? And if you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button, okay? Please and thank you. You know your boy's working hard out here in these streets to give you the information and the conversations that you need for the day, some updates. This is a little bit of breaking news. It's not really breaking news. You know what I mean? It's not really breaking news because it's been out for a few hours. But like I told you guys in my previous live, that quick live I did with you guys, that I would give you guys this update about the Petitos and the Laundrie battle that was going on this afternoon in Florida. Okay, so hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, set it to all so you know when I go live, because it can be random, or whenever I upload a pop-up video, because that can be random as well. All right, and consider joining the family membership. Consider supporting the channel. That'd be greatly appreciated. Okay, let us get into this thing, okay? Because we can't be here for a long time, but we're here for a good, informative time. Okay, nonetheless. All right, guys. Now, this afternoon, there was a huge hearing that happened today between the Petito Schmidt family versus the Laundrie and Bertolino family. Let's just say that, for lack of a better term. Or it was actually Laundrie's and Stephen Bertolino, their lawyer. Okay, that has been representing the family or the parents for the entire time since this whole Gabby Petito tragedy has been unfolding in front of everyone, in front of the whole world. And you know for a fact we've all been heavily emotionally attached to this story. And we, of course, a lot of us out here still feel like Gabby has not gotten justice fully yet. And I have to say, I don't think she has either. Okay. Yes, Brian Laundrie. I know some of y'all think he's still out here alive with like missing half a face or something like that. But he gone, guys. Him dead. Okay. He is no longer on this planet. Okay. But there's a lot of people that feel like justice was not served. So we gotta go into this, okay? Sorry, this threw me off. Angie G, thank you so much for the comment and being a member for the past 4 months. Members comment, just sent you a tweet with letter Nerdy ad. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. You're telling me the letter is already out? You're lying. You lie. Hold on. Holy crap. Holy crap. Hold on. Is this really the letter? The hell? No. Full letter written by Roberta Laundrie to her son, Brian Laundrie. Holy crap. Holy crap. Okay, well, we got some breaking information. I got allegedly the letter. Hell, what? Okay, so we got some information. Hold on. Thank you, Angie, for the heads up. I need to fix some things here real quick, guys. Real quick. What? Got to fix a few things, guys. Sorry. Because now we got some things. We got some things to talk about. If this really is, if this is really what it is. 1 second. Few things I got to do. Okay. Hey, I'm fixing this. Hopefully this is really real. Okay. Crap. Yeah, I'm gonna read it to you guys. I promise you guys I'll read it to you guys. Hold on. Gonna go one thing at a time. Okay. Let's see, but we can take a moment of silence for the 1 year anniversary of the Uvalde. Yes, we definitely can. We can in a little bit. Infinite, thank you. Okay. And yes, it is a tangent from the from the topic, but I appreciate it. I will do my best, man. Okay, because I just got some breaking news. It will most likely be closer to the end of the show because I got to get you guys the information that you guys are here for. Okay, and of course, we will give them the respect that they rightfully deserve. Absolutely. Okay. I will be reading it to you guys in just a minute. I'm just making sure that this is the real thing, just to make sure, because I just changed. I'm even hitting up Nerdy right now. Let me see if Nerdy says something. Okay. I just want to make sure that it is 110% real. Okay. Before I hop on and start saying stuff that ain't, and all of a sudden it ain't true. Okay. Because that is still surprising. It is. Nerdy saying it is real. Wow. Okay. All right. Now, okay. I got some storytelling to do first. Okay. We will get to the letter. I promise you that. All right. And I got to tell you why the letter is out already. Okay. And again, the letter could be a nothing burger. I haven't read it yet. I'm going to be looking at it with fresh eyes myself. Okay. Shout out to Nerdy for getting it, but I know he is with the Petito Schmidt family right now, or at least he was in passing with them. So I'm sure he got this in his grips just a little bit ago. Okay. But I do want to give you guys a little bit of information before we jump into all of this. Okay. Now, one of the things that I want to show you guys, all right, is the whole reason why we are all here together checking this thing out as a family. Okay. One of the main things is that this morning there was a hearing They called it the burn after reading letter hearing. Okay. There was a hearing today specifically for that letter. This letter had everything. They were claiming, again, we're going to be reading it here soon, but they were claiming things like the mama Laundrie was out here saying things like, hey, I'll help you bury her remains. I will give you a file. I'll bake a cake and put a file in it so I can help you set you free and all this stuff. Okay, guys? It was all kinds of crazy stuff. Hey, I'll help you get rid of her and all that. Okay? All this different stuff. All right? Hold on one second. Man, I'm all messed up now. You guys got me thrown off with all this breaking information. But okay, let me clean this up. So there was, like I said, there was this whole thing, okay, where they were literally saying that she was like talking about a shovel, talking about getting rid of Gabby, etc. Okay, hey, I'll help you get out of prison if you do get incarcerated, that kind of thing. Very, very interesting stuff and interesting claims. Okay, and this is what was said. This was what was said to Brian in a letter that was also written on top of it, as you see over here in the title, Burn After Reading. So a lot of people, including all of us, including the Petito family, sitting there going, well, wait a second. Why aren't we giving this information out? Why are we hiding this? Why are we holding back on this? When this is very damning information. You clearly were avoiding us, were blocking us on social medias, were blocking us in phone calls whenever we try to contact you. You guys got really, really suspicious in how you conducted yourself, in how you maneuvered around this situation. Let's not forget, okay? The letter also is allegedly undated. There is no date on it, okay? But it is interesting, okay, that the Laundries are trying to sit here and say that, or during this hearing, their argument was that they were trying to say that this letter was not relevant to the Petito case at all, okay? And it was only meant for Brian Laundrie to see. It was not meant for anyone else to see. It was just a letter from a mother to a son, okay? Now, what's interesting is what the Petitos were basically saying in this argument, in this hearing, was that, hey, you, by writing this letter, and if this letter really contained those kinds of pieces of information, like burying someone, putting a file in a cake, and all those kinds of things, whether it was dated or not, it shows that you may have known the entire time that she was missing that she was already gone, that you knew what Brian Laundrie had done. This was the whole argument. And that, hey, this letter is that important because it could show transparency of a lie on the Laundrie side. Now, one of the things I asked, okay, and, I'm listening to this thing and I'm telling you, this thing was like drawn out for hours. Okay. The defense was ridiculous. Okay. That man did not stop talking. Their lawyer did not stop talking. He didn't have a fighting chance, but he was just pulling everything out of the sun, trying to find any excuse that he could. Okay. But one of the things that I thought that was weird, okay, more than anything else, is the root of the reason why they're in there in the first place. Why are they holding on to this letter and trying to protect this letter from being exposed, from it being out to the public for everyone to see? That's the one main thing that I think a lot of us are trying to understand. Why? Why are you hiding this, y'all? Why are we going to court over this letter? Why did Bertolino hold on to this and hide this and try to keep this information away from the Petito, Schmidt family, and the world? This is one of the other reasons why he was lumped in to this civil case, this civil case as well, because he was out here protecting information, crucial information that could have nipped this whole thing in the bud, but instead gave Brian Laundrie an opportunity to get up, kick rocks out into the swamps, and disappear for a while until they found him gone, or pieces of him gone. Okay? Pretty ridiculous. So they had this whole thing. Okay? And before we get into it, okay? Before we get into all this, I do want to say that there's other information here as well, okay? Because you got to remember, during the whole thing that was getting pushed about this letter, okay, Roberta, as I like to call her, came out with a letter in response to that actual letter. Now, I've read this to you guys before. We have already talked about this. We have already talked about this piece before, but she went into this whole thing basically saying, hey, this was a letter between a son and a mother, and this was a letter from the depths of a mother's love, quote unquote. Quoting books and little inside jokes and everything like that. All of it was allegedly from inside jokes. Okay? Now, we already read this before, okay? But I'll read it again real quick before we get into this letter that allegedly just came out. Again, I got a story to tell, guys, so hold tight. And hit that like button down below. That would really mean a lot, okay, guys? That would really, really mean a lot. So, Roberta. Let me put this up in bold, bigger. Roberta, am a defendant in the above style cause, and I do hereby swear and affirm that I fully understand the meaning of all the terms of this affidavit, or Alpha David. I wrote the letter requested by plaintiff's second request for production. I wrote the letter to my son, Brian Laundrie, on or about the end of May 2021. Although I did not know the exact date, I wrote the letter. Okay, she doesn't know the exact date that she wrote the letter, but she says, I do know that I wrote it and gave it to Brian before Brian and Gabby left Florida for New York, which was on June 2nd, 2021. Brian and Gabby went from Florida to New York before they went out west. The purpose of the letter was to reach out to Brian while he and I were experiencing a difficult period in our relationship. Brian and I always had a very open and communicative relationship. In the months prior to the trip, our relationship had become strained. Brian and I shared a love of stories, and some of the language in the letter was using similar phrases to describe the depth of a mother's love. Remember what I said earlier? There it is. It describes the depth of a mother's love. The two books that come to mind are The Runaway Bunny and The Little Bear. And in addition, Gabby had given Brian a book called Burn After Writing, which contains printed questions to which the reader responds by writing their answers on the page. The back of the book instructs the reader to create a secret book and then destroy it by burn after writing. The bottom of the cover says, write, burn, repeat. Brian, Gabby, and I often joked about this book and the importance of being able to express yourself. If you were embarrassed or simply did not want anyone to know your thoughts or feelings, then the book offered the perfect solution by telling you to burn it. This is where my message to Brian came from, and I wrote on the cover of the letter for Brian to burn after reading. In short, I was trying to connect with Brian and repair our relationship as he was planning to leave home. And I had hoped this letter would remind him how much I loved him. there were some other phrases that I used in the letter. This is where she kind of tries to backtrack. This is weird, guys. Like I said, it's weird. But she says some other phrases that I used in the letter, which are not found in the book I shared with Brian as a child. However, these phrases were common enough in our circle of friends and family to describe who you could turn to in the most troubling times of your life. Now, see, that's the part that doesn't make any sense, which, of course, we are going to be reading the letter in just as soon as I get done with this here, and we're almost done. But I want to point that out. She says that they had these phrases that were common enough in our circle of friends and family to describe who you could turn to in the most troubling times of your life. So in other words, hey, if you need to get rid of a body, I got a shovel for you. Or if you get locked up, I got a file for you to file the bars down in a prison cell. And I'm going to make a cake for you. How is that a common phrase made around a circle of friends and family? I'm just saying, real quick, when you analyze this, and then if that is really being said, like I said, I have not read the actual note yet. We learned about this live just now, okay? But that don't make no damn sense, okay? That don't make any sense, all right? Let me just say that, okay? Friends around you are going, yeah, when you kill somebody, I got the shovel for you, buddy. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Hey, when you go to prison, don't forget, when you see that chocolate cake, you know what it means, bro. Tell me that makes sense. Does it make sense? It doesn't. But let's move on, because apparently friends and family understand these inside jokes. Okay. Moving on. While I use the words that seem to have connection with Brian's actions and his taking of Gabby's life, I never would have fathomed the events that unfolded months later between Brian and Gabby would reflect the words in my letter. Even after I've read this before, it's still throwing me off. Now she's like, never have I ever in the world and all the possibilities of the world would I ever think that me saying I'll bake a cake and I'll give you a shovel would ever become reality. Okay. The words in the letter could never been a comment on that tragic situation, as they were written so many months before. Yeah. My words to Brian were meant to convey my love and support for my son through a lighthearted and quirky reminder that my love for him was not diminished and could not be shaken by the miles of separation we soon would be faced with. Although a few words in the letter are being quoted by others as having a connection to this case, all the words taken together and in the context of the reason the letter was written to show that there is no connection. In addition, there has been some speculation that this letter was in Brian's possession or in his backpack when he passed on, insinuating that I gave it to him as he left my home on September 13th, 2021. But that's not true, because the FBI had the letter in their possession and questioned members of my family about it prior to October 20th, 2021, when my husband and I found Brian's remains in the reserve. I repeat, one more time. I repeat that the letter I wrote to Brian before he left with Gabby for their fateful trip was nothing more than a private communication between myself and my son, and I never expected anyone else would read it. In some way, I did not want anyone else to read it, as I know it is not the type of letter a mother writes to their adult son, and I do not want to embarrass Brian. Okay, this is why I wrote "burn" after reading on the envelope, and I knew that Brian would know what that meant. I am now appreciative that he actually kept it. Okay, like I said, apparently, there are inside jokes that only Brian and family would understand. If I make that cake, you know what I mean? Maybe it's like chocolate cake, buddy. When he goes to bed, kisses him gingerly on the forehead. You know what I mean? Chocolate cake. Good night, buddy. Love you. Sweet dreams. As he's going to bed at 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? Shovel. Love you. Like, make that make sense, guys. Trash. But this is what she claims. This is what she claims. Now, the Petito family, Schmidt family went against the Laundrie family and Bertolino family, and Bertolino, okay, alone. He stood alone. And actually, he was the only person that actually showed up to the doggone trial on the side of the Laundrie's Bertolino situation. Laundrie's didn't even show up. That says a lot to me. That transcends words, guys. Those actions transcend letters, her trying to defend herself or anything of that sort. The fact that they didn't even show up to this is disrespectful and is beyond me as well. But we did have some good news today, hence the reason why something that we're about to read in just a second just came out. Here it is. Bingo bango. Judge denies motion to withhold Roberta Laundrie's burn after reading letter to her son. So that means we're about to see the letter for ourselves in all of its glory, because the judge finally said, you know what? F this. Put it out, man. No. Why are they hiding this? Why are they holding on to this to dear life, for dear life? This could explain so much. This could add another narrative, another timeline, or explain a little bit more about what Brian Laundrie was doing during the times that Gabby was gone missing. What the Laundrie family was doing while people were out there going, where is Gabby? This family could have had their hands all up in this and just hiding in plain sight. So we have got, allegedly, the letter. Shout out to Nerdy Addict. I will say that. Splat out. Here it is in all of its glory. But hold on. Let me get these super chats. Oh, I already did Infinite. We will get to that, I promise. And Kristen, thank you so much for the 25. I am that mom that would turn my son in if he came back from a vacation in his girlfriend's van without her. They knew and hid it. They earned every ounce of the Lord's vengeance they will receive. Let me first say thank you so much for the $25 super chat. I really do appreciate it. And I will say this, Dag Nabbit, you are absolutely 110% right. I don't care if I brought you into the world and I love you more than anything in the world. Chocolate cake and shovels, I don't give a damn. I'm not saying those things. I'm not writing any letter to you. I'm calling the cops and I'm putting you in jail myself. I'm bringing justice to your ass, because that's the only thing. That's the only right thing to do. Sorry. I'm not going to sit there and go, okay, you want to go to Mexico hunting? Like, I'm not going to do that. That's insane. That's stupid. Stupid. It's not going to work. Not for me. Sorry. And the fact that if they really did this, if they really did try to cover things up, lock their asses up too. That's what I say, dagnabbit. I don't give a damn. Okay? So let's get into this. We're going to look at this with our two peepers for the very first time. Shout out to Nerdy Addict. Please go follow him. He is a beast. He is actually out there hanging out with the Petitos right now as we speak as well. All right. The full letter written by Roberta to her son, Dirty Brian. Let's take a look at this, shall we? Actually, you know what? I am going to save this real quick so I can blow this up. Okay. This is the letter, everybody. Get ready. Hit that like button down below if you can. That would really mean a lot. Okay. Send it past let's get it to 350. 350 likes. Let's just do that. A like don't cost a thing. It helps the channel, helps the show, and all that. Let's get into this. I just want you to remember I will always love you. And I know you will always love me. You are my boy. Nothing can make me stop loving you. Nothing can or ever will divide us, no matter what we do or where we go or what we say. We will always love each other. If you're in jail, I will bake a cake and put a file in it. She really said that. If you need to dispose of a body, I will show up with a shovel and garbage bags, she said. If you fly to the moon, I will be watching the skies for your re-entry. If you say you hate my guts, I'll get new guts. Remember that love is a verb, not a noun. It's not a thing. It's not words. It is actions. Watch people's actions to know if they love you, not their words. Therefore, I am certain that neither death nor life, nor angels, nor the ruling spirits, nor things present, nor things to come, nor powers from above, nor powers from below, nothing in the entire created world can separate our love. Neither hostile powers, nor messengers, or heaven, nor monarchs of earth. Nothing has the power to separate us. Romans chapter 8, verse 38. Okay. Nothing can separate us. Nothing can separate us. Hatred, not hunger, not homelessness, not threats, not backstabbing, not even sin, not the unthinkable or thinkable can get between us, she added. Not time, not miles. And miles and miles. Huh. Huh. Hmm. Huh. Now, these are quotes from the actual letter. Okay. I don't think it's the actual, I would assume it's not the full letter, but we are going to break that down. We are. Don't worry. We're going to break that down. I'm just trying to see if there's maybe something a little bit more, because it just seems a bit. It just seems a bit. So, yeah. So they're literally just portions of the actual letter itself. The full letter isn't out, I guess, yet. What's wild is that it wasn't released by plaintiffs. So they believe this will exonerate Roberta after all that fighting over. Huh. Well, we will see. But I'm gonna show you guys that again, because that's a lot to. I'm the. It is a very odd. How y'all feel about that? Romans 8, verse blah blah blah. That's crazy. Verse 38. It seems a bit weird. Now let me say this though. Okay, I get it. I will say this. It's real for those of y'all. For those of y'all that are mothers out here. There's nothing like a mother's love. Okay, I will say that out of just full defense of a mother's love that does exist. Okay, but this is a little bit. This is odd. It's very odd. And then also at the same time, okay, let's just say this, because one of their arguments is that it's not dated. So they're saying this could have happened anywhere. This could have been written way before any of this happened or anything like that. But it seems a bit weird. Just the excerpts that we have from this letter, and maybe we will get more information here. Maybe we will get the full thing here. But when you look at it, and yeah, Linda G is like very, very odd. It's odd, baby. Okay. Yeah. Storm's like, what the Waka Flocka? Yeah, I'm wondering the same doggone thing. This is kind of weird. Urban Mosque, thank you so much for the 10. Massive devil's advocate benefit of the doubt here. Okay, sure. What if she was saying all of that to talk him off the ledge and to come out of hiding? I don't know. I don't buy it myself, but yeah, a godly woman there. Nah, yeah, okay. And let me say this. That is a very interesting assumption. Let me just say that. Yes, let's just say God-fearing woman, sure. But I guess she's not looking at one of those 10 commandments, thou shalt not kill. But let's just move on from that. But thank you so much for the 10. You do have a point there. What if she was right? But here's the thing, though. What if she was writing that to him when he was just in a bad place mentally, period? We can play that. We can play that side of the fence or that side of the argument as well, because this is not dated. That works in her favor in a way, because it could have been written anytime. But let's dissect this letter as a fam. Okay? Let's do it. So I just want you to remember, I will always love you, and I know you will always love me. You are my boy. Nothing can make me stop loving you. I just can't stop loving you. That's instantly what I think in my head. I'm sorry, but nothing can stop me. Nothing can make me stop loving you. Nothing can or ever will divide us, no matter what we do or where we go or what we say. We will always love each other. Okay, let's just stop right there for a second. Let's just take a pause. And yeah, it's a great song. It's a great song, Tyler. Okay. But it's a bit weird. And I get it that maybe they were having a rift. She said in the letter before, the letter that we got to see that I read before this. Okay. She said, okay, we were going through a tough time. We used to be extremely we used to have a strong connection. We used to talk all the time. Now we weren't talking during that time. I was trying to show him that I love him and show him some support, right? But this is weird. And again, a mother's love, right? So it's a bit odd. Okay, it's a bit odd, but I can't sit here and say, I can't judge that part of the mom's love. Okay, you know what I'm saying? But then again, I don't know. Taken out of context and revolved around this situation, it seems odd. But as Urban Mosque said earlier, what if this was something that was written when he was in a really dark place or he was going through a really dark time? Okay. But I don't know, something weird. It's still weird. It's still weird, because why would you say all this stuff? Especially after you. Here's the other thing. You got to think about the other side too. Golly, think about this too. Because you got somebody out here who just took the life of Gabby. And the theories are he went home, and the theories are he confessed to the parents. So what if he got this letter before he left? That's the other theory too, that he received this letter before he flew back to Moab, right? Before he did what he did, right? I don't know. It's weird, okay? I'm seeing y'all's comments. Hold on. I'm going to get to them, I promise. Okay? I'm going to get to your comments and to the super chats here in just a minute. Y'all are killing me. Okay, but real talk. I could see someone writing this after hearing that their son or their daughter did something unthinkable. Someone who is trying to be as supportive as they can, which is still messed up, period. Let me just say that really quick, because it's not like it is, this is not a situation where you can walk over to mom and dad and go, yo, I just took the life of somebody. And then you still write them a letter being like, I love you and I will always love you, just so you know. No, I'm sorry. There's no letter being written. I'm calling the cops and I'm going, I'm sorry, son. You got to face the music. It's the right thing to do. I do love you, but you need to face the music for what you've done. Not let's drive you out to the swamps and leave the car out there. Let's go and camp. Actually, correction. Let's go off and camp at a known camping site for a few days, so we can corroborate our stories, get the plan right, come back home, have you jump into your Mustang, drive out into the swamp, because that's a place that you like to go to calm down and connect with the world, and then disappear. And then we'll act like we don't know you were gone. Right? It's ridiculous. So, sorry. I ain't buying it. Okay? I look at this letter and it still screams like she knew to me. But she's also trying to be the doting mother. Let's continue. So she said, as Tyler just said, and I will always love you. Okay. Thank you, mama. All right. And thank you, Tyler, for that. Now that I got that song in my head, I really appreciate it. Okay. But let's continue. Okay. This is the part that I got a problem with, ladies and germs. Okay. Because this is very specific. Why would you say this in any letter? Okay. Like I said earlier, remember she said, there are phrases and things that I have between friends and family that only friends and family will understand those key phrases, those inside jokey jokes. So let's get into it. She says, if you're in jail, I'll bake a cake and put a file in it. Again, how is that an inside joke? How is that an inside joke? So you're telling me the whole family, little kiddies, family around them, their best friend families that are around them as well, you're telling me that they all know that joke? Chocolate cake. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make sense to me. Hey, chocolate cake. You know what that means, buddy. Love you. Chocolate cake. That doesn't make sense. Then the next part, and you guys can see it right there. If you need to it's so specific. If you need to such and such of a such and such, I will show up with a shovel and garbage bags, baby. How is this real? That is so specific in a letter. And then the other thing is why would you write that in a letter in the first place? I'm just being real. You're talking about a dead body and a shovel and bags, garbage bags, and saying you'll help dispose of the thing. Why would you put that in a letter? Why would you put that in writing? I'm sorry, whether you wrote this 6 weeks before, 6 years before, or 6 minutes after he told you, it still looks bad. Still looks like you got blood on your own hands. So what crack are you smoking? That's some strong ass meth. Real talk. No jokes. Why would you write that? I love you to the moon and back. How's that? Write that one down. I know you can get that out of every Hallmark card in the history of Hallmark cards. And it's so unoriginal, but still, you're not talking about disposing of a body and saying that you'll help him. Why? Please tell me the lawyers are looking at her and going, why? Why did you write that? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it was dated or not. You got two parents. You got the Laundries that have never spoken to the public, never made public announcements verbally. She has only written one thing to defend this letter, and that is it. They haven't even shown up to court. Not once. Not once, y'all. Haven't even shown up to not one appearance so far. And we're supposed to just believe everything you give us and just let it be like, well, they just had an inside joke, and there just got to be an understanding of what's going on. Hell you talking about? Why would you write this? I will give you the, I just can't stop loving you. I can take that all day long. Fine. A mother's love, the depths of a mother's love. Bump, bump. I get that part. But you're telling me about my mama would never tell me. My mama would never write this. Ever. Not never, guys. Never. Because she'd be scared to be used against her in court. What the hell is wrong with you? Oh, because the rest makes sense. If you fly to the moon, I'll be waiting. I'll be watching the stars or the skies for your reentry. If you say you hate my guts, well, that part's interesting. If you say you hate my guts, I'll get new guts. That's kind of weird, but okay. Remember that love is a verb, is a verb, not a noun. It's not a thing. It's not words. It is actions. Watch people's actions to know if they love you, not their words. That part I find very interesting. That part I found interesting as well. I'm going to say it. I'm sorry. Watch people's actions to know if they love you, not words. That part I found very interesting. Whether this was before or after young Gabby Petito lost her life, that line is very interesting to me. That last line of this paragraph. Why, you may ask? I don't know. I mean, I may be reading into, I'm probably reading into this, but that's a very strong statement to say. Watch people's actions. She doesn't say in the letter also, by the way, not once in this letter does she say anything about Gabby. Like, hey, the love that you have with Gabby is so, you know what I mean? That's love, son. Love her, cherish her, hold her tight and don't let go. She doesn't do that. But she says, watch people's actions to know if they love you, not words. That's interesting. To me, it sounds like she's in competition with Gabby. And you got to remember, Brian and Gabby were engaged. He could have been obviously he was very much in love with her, allegedly. Clearly you're not if you're going to do something like this to somebody. Let's keep it real. But at the same time, he was smitten, Twitter-pated by Gabby. Maybe Roberta felt some type of way about not being number one. On his list anymore. and that he was dusting off the first place podium for Gabby Petito. And that made her feel some type of way. And then there's this Bible verse. Bible verse. Therefore, I am certain that neither death nor life, nor angels, nor the ruling spirits, nor things present, nor things to come, nor powers from above, nor powers from below, nothing in the entire created world can separate our love. Neither hostile powers, nor messengers, or heaven, nor monarchs of earth. Nothing has the power to separate us. Bible verse. Let me just say this really quick, and we're gonna read the last piece here because this part doesn't make no sense. And I wish I had Nerdy here to kind of just break it down for us. Like, what is that? Okay. So I'm going to read this part really quick, and then I'm going to put in my 2 cents here real quick. Nothing can separate us. Hatred, not hunger, not homelessness, not threats, not backstabbing, not even sin, not the unthinkable or thinkable can get between us, she added. Not time, not miles and miles and miles. So again, she's sitting here saying, not even the evils of the world can separate our love that we have for each other. I still am trying to understand. And let me tell you something. A mother's love is a powerful thing. But this is kind of borderline, ew, 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 ew. I'm sorry, but I'm saying it. It is kind of ewy. Like that. Like Vern. That's a throwback. It's It's a little weird. But the question I have about this, where she brings in faith. Now, it could be, her trying to talk him down from that ledge, that my friend. It could be that. It could be that. Or she's trying to bring faith back into him because of the bad thing that he's done. And trying to remind him that, hey, he is still loved. He still has his mother's love. And he still has, she still has his back. And the other thing, too, is when she wrote this, maybe she was worried about him doing something to himself. You get what I'm saying? What he ended up doing eventually, right? What if she was writing this to stop him from doing what he inevitably did? She was trying to talk him down, basically saying, hey, I love you. And you will always have my love, no matter what. I am Team Brian. I am Team you. I will always have your back. Even if you've done all this stuff, like I said, neither hostile powers, nor messengers, heaven, nor monarchs of earth, nothing has power to separate us. Nothing can separate us. Hatred, not hunger, homelessness, not threats, not backstabbing, not even sin, not the unthinkable. She's putting those things in there, basically saying, hey, my love for you transcends crime, transcends I am here for you because I am your mother and I love you. Still, ew, ewy. Okay? Kind of weird. It's borderline ooey, but I can see her gushing her love towards her son because maybe she is trying to get him to not do something bad. Maybe. We're going to come back to this piece. We are, okay? And in no way, shape, or form am I trying to defend this. Because this is a big grody. I said grody. But yeah. Okay, it's a little, you know? But at the same time, everything else, all the other fluff that's around it, okay, whatever, it's for the birds. Sure, it's the depth of a mother's love, as she said. The depths of a mother's love. Okay, that's fine. The part that I have a problem with, and I'm just going to keep zooming in on, okay, because this is the part that messes me up. Okay, if you're in jail, I'll bake a cake and put a file in it. If you got to get rid of a body, I got you. I'll be right there with the shovel and some bags to help you out. I'm sorry. There are so many other ways you could tell your son or daughter how much you love them or how much you got their back. Saying that, you didn't need to say all that. But she did anyway. Let's get these super chats really, really quick. Okay. K Bragg, thank you so much for the 10. Miss Berta. That's not what that verse means. Please come to Wednesday night Bible study so we can help you. Oh, I'm done. Dead. I'm dead. Okay. But yeah, I'm sure. I think I got someone giving me the verse here, and I'm going to read that too here in a second. K Bragg again, thank you so much. It's giving. She still gives him bubble baths as a grown man. Yeah, it kind of does. It's a little bit like that. It's giving off. It's giving me vibes. It's giving. Okay, and it's not giving good stuff. Let me just say that really quick. It's getting a little ew, yucky. Okay, Katara. Hopefully, I'm saying it either of those that right. Thank you so much for the 5. Where's this letter found? Could she have written it before he did? Okay, so allegedly there were stories of it being in his possession before he passed on. Like it was in his possession in the swamp. But they're saying, or she says, that police had the letter in like around October time. So he either kept it in his apartment, in his bedroom, or the theory is that it was with him when he was found. His remains were found. Okay. K Bragg, thanks so much for the 10. She finna get new guts. Not the organ harvesting. Yeah, she said some things. She said, if you don't like me, I could be a better person. I'll be anything you need me to be. Pretty crazy, right? Mrs. Estrada, thank you so much for the 10. Appreciate it. God allows nothing to separate us from his love. Hold on. Let's look at this. Splat out. Let's look at that. Huh. Let's see. And that's like the last line. But it's like she didn't finish it. No, and you never know. This, of course, these are excerpts from the actual letter. So this might have been cut as an excerpt and just didn't finish the whole thing. But let's see what you're saying. Okay. Let's see. God allows nothing to separate us from his love. Okay, so Romans chapter 8, verse 38 to 39. Paul considers some powerful threats in the universe, but none of them can separate us. The threat is jail time, coded message. Interesting. Let's see. Angels ruling powers and from north powers below. Nothing in the entire can separate our love. Neither hostile powers, messengers, or heaven, nor monarchs of earth. Nothing has the power to separate us. Interesting. Nothing can separate us. Hatred, not hunger, not blah, 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 not threats, not backstabbing, not even sin, not the unthinkable or thinkable, can get between us. Not time, not miles and miles and miles. Interesting. Maybe it is code. Maybe it is code. I never thought of it like that. But I feel like all the other, I feel like this whole thing is in code, not the top part where she's going to mother's love, not that stuff. I'm talking about the verses, her bringing in Bible verses and stuff. I feel like she's trying to say to him, like trying to bring in faith, because to remind him that he is still a God-fearing man, and that maybe that will ground him a little bit before he does something unthinkable. And then, of course, she says the other things like not backstabbing, all that stuff. So I don't know. It could be interpreted. It could be interpreted so many different ways. That's what I'll say. Okay. Tyler, thank you so much for the 2. What's love got to do with this? Yeah, ew. And it's a great song. Not right now. R.I.P. Tina. Don't put her in. Don't bring her in here, man. Not in this conversation. But yes, R.I.P. Tina. Let me just say that real quick. All right. Misty Fisher, thank you so much for the 5. I often wonder if Brian was physically. I wonder if he was that too, guys. But I also wonder if they were to him too, as a child. I do wonder. But anything's possible. K Bragg again, thank you so much for the 10. It's worse than ew. It's literally blasphemy. That's about the love of God for us, not the love of Miss Berta. She's got to stop skipping Wednesday night Bible study. Yeah, she does. At least quote it right. But again, this is just a excerpt. So I'm waiting I want to see the whole thing. I would love to see the whole thing. K Bragg again. What in Sodom and Gomorrah was going on in that house? Yeah, no kidding. Brian, show me on the doll where Miss Berta redacted LOL. Yeah, it is pretty crazy the stuff that we've been. The theories obviously are vast, y'all. The theories are definitely vast right now, with all the possibilities that are going on with this. Okay. And then Rashida said, Google Jocasta complex. I'll look that up. Hold on. I saw that in the. Let's see what that is. Many people experience the Jocasta complex in reference to the proverbial mama's boy. The mother often becomes obsessed with her relationship with her son to the exclusion of many other relationships and interests. She generally only chooses a favorite son whom she puts on a pedestal. Interesting. That's very interesting. There you go. Thank you so much for that. So he could be a glorified, like on the pedestal, mama's boy. He could do no wrong type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are killing me. But yeah. So let me excuse me. Let me see something here real quick. Let me see something. Let's see. Sorry, I'm messaging. I am messaging. Let's see, because apparently Bertolino. I'm trying to see if he actually put anything. Trying to see if there's anything more. From what I am seeing so far, yeah, I have that is what we have so far, which yeah, it sucks. Because you like for me, I want more clarity. You see what I'm saying? Not just excerpts. Okay. I tweeted you JBS post of the handwritten letter. Let me see. And I appreciate you guys' help. I really do. Aha! Eureka. Hold on. I'm going to pull these up. I'm just saving them real quick. Wow. Okay. We got the full letter, it looks like, finally. Let's take a look at this, shall we? Ooh, fascinating. Okay. This says right here, number 1 with a bullet, says Brian Christopher Laundrie, burn after reading. Okay, so we got we're getting the letter, and it may actually just be the whole doggone thing. Like what we read may be the whole thing. So let's take a look at page 1. This is not real. It may have been exactly what she wrote. Look at this. This is crazy. So I want you to remember, I will always love you, and I know you will always love, I'm assuming, me. You are my boy. Nothing can make me stop, I guess, loving you. Nothing will or could ever divide us, no matter what we do or where you go. What we say, we will always love each other. If you're in jail, I will bake a cake with a file in it. If you need to, I will show up with a shovel and garbage bags. If you fly to the moon, I will be watching the skies for your reentry. If you say you hate my guts, I'll get new guts. Remember that love is a verb, not a noun. It's not a thing. It's not words. It is actions. Watch people's actions to know if they love you, not their words. Excuse me. Therefore, I'm certain that neither death nor life, nor angels, nor the ruling spirits, nor the things present, nor the things to come, nor powers from above, nor powers from below, nothing in the entire created world can separate our love. Neither hostile powers, nor messengers of heaven, nor monarchs of earth, nothing something the what? Nothing blah the power. Nothing has the power, I guess. Nothing has the power to separate us. And then it says this. Romans chapter 8 verse 38. Extended version. Then it continues. Nothing can separate us. Not hatred, not hunger, not homelessness, not threats, not even sin, not the thinkable or unthinkable can get between us. Not time, not miles and miles and miles and miles. That's all she wrote, literally. This is all she wrote. That's all she wrote, guys. Verbatim. And that's in the pun intended, high key, low key. Okay. She really just said that. And that is it. The hell? That just seems a bit odd. Yeah, because this is even from JB. This is from JB Bueno. Okay, so I can show this to you guys too. He said, breaking. Here is Roberta Laundrie's burn after reading letter to her son, Brian Laundrie, that a judge ruled to be given to Gabby Petito's family today in Florida. Included is a look at the envelope that says burn after reading. And he says more to come, but this is literally splat out. This is the envelope. Interesting envelope, by the way. Interesting paper she wrote this on too. That's so weird, guys. I'm sorry. It seems a bit weird. It seems a bit weird, y'all. Y'all are hilarious. But yeah, I mean, you guys tell me what you think, because this is wild information. I mean, we've been waiting for years for this letter. Literally, y'all. We've been waiting years for this letter. I'm happy it's out. But it does make me have questions. I got a lot of questions now. Again, I got questions. Hold on. I'm trying to see if there's any other updates, if they've said anything else, because no matter what, this is crazy stuff, guys. Still very, very shocking to me. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty crazy. But I'll let you guys see that one more time. The actual burn after reading letter. Pretty crazy, guys. And just so you know, she went missing in September of 2021. Just so you guys know, just to make that absolutely accurate, it's been a while. Again, it's been years since she went missing, since we heard anything about all this. Pretty crazy stuff. Let me get some super chats here really quick. But this is the envelope, y'all. Mrs. Estrada, thank you so much for the 5. If she uses this verse about Paul and her son is Paul, then what is Brian's powerful threats in the universe? That's a good question. I mean, I don't know the verse, so but that is a good question that we should look into for sure. K Bragg, thank you so much for the 5. The woman done plagiarized the Holy Ghost. I cannot. Yeah, she really did put out some information here that to me, I'm like, the what? This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy, y'all. Okay. Pretty crazy stuff. Rashida, can she be charged for the illness of it all? Is this intent? It sounds like, at the very least, conspiracy to me. Now, that is a very good question. One thing I do want to know, for me, I would like to know, okay? I would like to know if that is true. Like if she wrote this information, and again, let me show you guys the actual pages, but this woman really said, hey, if you need to if you need to get rid of a body, I got you. I will show up with a shovel and garbage bags. If you get arrested and get thrown in prison, I will bake you a cake with a file in it, because she is that down. Okay? But again, they might not be able to use this against her at all. It's not dated. I mean, I'm sure they can bring it in as evidence, and I'm sure they can decide whether or not they can use this against in their case, but it might not stick solely because there are no dates on it. And you're looking at this, and you can literally look at this and say, all right, are these just sayings she's saying, or is she actually saying, okay, listen, I know you did this to Gabby, and I need you to know that I'm here if you need some extra help. If you need some help with the heavy lifting, I got you. That can be, I'm wondering if it can be argued in court. But given the fact that it is not dated, it is hard to prove that this was written after Gabby Petito went missing. So I can see prosecution having a really hard time showing proof positive that this was written when she went missing, or during the time she went missing. Now, there's something else, though, too, that I wanted to share with you guys as well, because there's more to this. There's more information that I never got a chance to really show or talk to you guys about before. And there's certain things that were just crazy, okay? Just absolutely crazy to me that still is not computing to me, okay? So let me share some of these things with you guys, because this is all in one of some of the court documents of why they went to court in the first place, right? Today. And some of these things were really, really, really crazy. Okay. So let me sorry, I'm just queuing it up real quick. So now, of course, these are the things that the prosecution was trying to claim, okay? But they was basically saying, okay, August 30th, 2021, Brian sent a text message from Gabby Petito's cell phone to Nicole Schmidt, the mother, stating that there was no service in Yosemite Park in an effort to deceive Nicole Schmidt, okay? Now, he returned home on the 1st of September. After this point in time, there was no contact between Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt on the one hand, and Christopher Laundrie and Roberta on the other. On the 19th of September, when Gabby Petito's remains were found in the Spread Creek dispersed camping area in Wyoming, plaintiffs were extremely distraught and were attempting to locate Gabby Petito. While Gabby Petito's family was suffering, the Laundrie family went on vacation to Fort DeSoto Park from September 6th to 7th for one full, basically, day in 2021. They went on vacation knowing that Brian Laundrie had taken the life of Gabby Petito. It is believed that they were that they knew where her body was located, and further knew that Gabby Petito's parents were attempting to locate her. In an effort to avoid any contact with Nicole Schmidt, on or about September 10th, in 2021, Roberta blocked Nicole Schmidt on her cellular phone such that neither phone calls nor texts could be delivered. And she blocked her on Facebook as well. On the 14th of September, with full acknowledgement that Gabrielle Petito, had been unalived by their son, and it is believed that they knew the whereabouts of her body. Both Christopher and Roberta, through their lawyer, issued the following statement. It is our understanding that a search has been organized for Miss Petito in or near Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming. On behalf of the Laundrie family, it is our hope that the search for Miss Petito is successful and that Miss Petito is reunited with her family. For the Laundries to express their quote-unquote hope that Gabby Petito was located and reunited with her family at a time when they knew she had been unalived by their son was beyond outrageous. So you got to remember, they were basically, it was almost like they were saying that stuff and making that statement right at that time because they knew for a fact, without a shadow of a doubt, she was going to be found in Grand Teton National Park. Hence the reason why this is what they're believing, okay? And what they're claiming is the reason why Baloney Bertolino put out this statement on behalf of the Laundries because they knew for a fact that the search for Gabby in that park was going to be successful. So they got in front of it and said, we hope she gets reunited with her family. We're hoping for her. Yet all that time beforehand, with Nicole Schmidt trying to get in touch with Roberta was blocking her phone calls. She even blocked her on Facebook. No communication with her at all. Excommunicado. Why? Why was that happening? And I mean, these are just the little things that happened through this timeline. Okay? On the 16th of September, okay? Attorney Richard Stafford, on behalf of Gabby Petito's family, issued a letter to the Laundries as follows. We are writing this letter to ask you to help find our beautiful daughter. They had to issue this information through a lawyer to get it to the Laundries, for crying out loud. Instead of them stepping up and going, hey, what you need? This is what all the information we got, blah, blah, blah. Being transparent, they hid behind their closed doors, ordering DoorDash of Domino's Pizza and Dunkin' Donuts, mowing lawns, and ignoring the angry crowd that was outside of their house. They had plenty of opportunity to contact the Petito Schmidt family and tell them what was up. Tell them what they know. And they didn't do a damn thing. The woman, the mother, Roberta, had the freaking audacity to even block her phone calls, Nicole's phone calls, and her on Facebook, and said nothing after that. And then they had to issue a statement. The family, the Petito Schmidt family, had to go to great lengths just to get information to the Laundries through lawyers. That is ridiculous. If that's not an admission of guilt, I don't know what is. But let's read it real quick. I just said we are writing this letter to ask you for help to find our beautiful daughter. We understand that you're going through a difficult time and your instinct is to protect your son is strong. We ask you to put yourselves in our shoes. We haven't been able to sleep or eat, and our family and our lives are falling apart. We believe you know the location of where Brian left Gabby. We beg you to tell us. As a parent, how can you let us go through this pain and not help us? As a parent, how can you put Gabby's younger brothers and sisters through this? Gabby lived with you for over a year. She was going to be your daughter-in-law. How can you keep her location hidden? You were both at Jim and Nicole's house. You were both so happy that Brian and Gabby got engaged and were planning to spend their lives together. Please, if you or your family have any decency left, please tell us where Gabby is located. Tell us if we are even looking in the right place. All we want is Gabby to come home. Please help us make that happen. Like, they are even writing a letter, guys. They got to write a letter and send that to a lawyer to get it to the Laundries. What the hell's that all about? And this is the same people. This is the same Roberta that was quoting Bible verses. You're a God-loving, God-fearing human being, and you're not willing to help find where a young girl is, a young woman is. Despite the fact that Petito and Schmidt implored the Laundries to tell them if their daughter was alive and if she was not, where her remains were located, the Laundries refused to respond to either of both of them. Refused to respond to both of them. They also said the Laundries instructed that all contacts were to be made through their attorney, Bertolino. And he issued, quote unquote, no comment when asked about Gabby Petito's well-being. Listen, there's enough here, okay? There's enough here that I can see why the judge said, release the letter. Put it out here. Let everyone see the truth. You got to be kidding me that they were holding that letter back. And guess what? We got it now. We're seeing it. But again, there's still so many holes that need to be filled. So many pieces of information, or that so many holes in the timeline that have not even been made, that have not even been filled yet. And the lack of transparency from the Laundrie family shows a full admission of guilt. It really does. K Bragg, thank you so much for the 5. Maybe they can hit her with that Rico like Young Thug and them. Yeah, you know what? Man, you know, I bet Bertolino would snitch like Gunna too. You know what? I bet he would. I bet he would. Let's keep it real. He would. He squawks so loud. Trust. I'm surprised he still has his license. I'm being real. I'm surprised that's not been put on the table yet. Okay? But they still need to catch him of doing malpractice, basically. Real talk. They got to catch him. And he should get caught. That's what I'm going to say. And who would want to be represented by him? So I'm sure he ain't getting no monies right now. And maybe he is. I don't know. Maybe he is a criminal lawyer. You know what I mean? Maybe he's a Better Call Saul type of dude. You never know. Katara, thank you so much for the 10. Imagine, though, as a parent, your son comes home with his fiance's van after a long trip. Seems sus that they did not know anything. At the very least, I would ask for some explanation. They knew. I think I will say, I agree. You come home, you pull up with your girlfriend's van, San's girlfriend. That's a little bit weird, y'all. That don't make no sense. That's sus. And instantly I'd be like, so where's Gabby at? Where is she? Is she okay? Do you need to call her? Maybe call her really quick just to make sure she's okay. I mean, I'd be all up in it, all nosy as hell. Where's she at? For real, son? Is she okay? You just left her out there by herself? Why? I would be asking so many questions. I wouldn't be like, oh, she ain't here. Okay, son. You know? You want some stovetop? Like, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? You want some beef stroganoff? Like, I'm not saying that. I'm going, where is Gabby? She owns this car. Why are you here and she's out there? Is she in a safe place? I'd be asking all types of questions, y'all. And at some point, I'd be like, son, sit down. You tell me what the hell's going on right now. And then as soon as he finally confesses, I'm calling 911. I'm not sitting there going, well, I need to write this out because a mother's love. F that. I'm not. Okay? F all of that noise. I'm not here for it. Period. Okay? I'm not. But make sure to hit that like button down below, guys. And if you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button. All right. I appreciate you guys being here and rocking with me on this conversation. Still, no matter what, it's not to be really honest, this is not like, it is good news, but it's still not great news because we still haven't gotten justice for this young girl or for this young woman. We haven't. It's a step in the right direction. It is. But does this letter actually show transparency? Show us the truth of the Laundrie's hands in the disappearance and the taking of this young woman's life, Gabby Petito. We went through the whole thing together as a family. We went through the whole doggone thing. It is interesting. It is an interesting letter. A mother's love letter to her son. It's very weird. And it can be dissected in so many different ways. It could be like, hey, very clean and safe, to it could be very sinister and dark. Anything is possible with this thing. But I leave this up to you guys. What do you guys think? Are you vibing with it? Do you think it is a literally a letter that is just explaining the depths of a mother's love? Or do you think that there's code words in here that are basically trying to say, hey, son, we know what you did, and I'm here for you, and I got you. I don't care if you're a criminal. I'll get my hands dirty as well. Anyway, it's just something to think about. Because it's a weird situation, guys. And this kind of letter I've never received from my mother, nor would I ever get that from my mother. I'm gonna keep it straight funky with y'all, okay? Period. But I'm gonna leave those questions up to you guys. It's Kim. What's up? It's Kim. Wow. And you've been a member for 7 months. I didn't even know you were a member over here. It's Kim. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you. Great show as always, Pascal. Thank you so much. It's Kim. I appreciate it. But still, that is the show. Crazy times, guys. Crazy times indeed. All right. We are living in some crazy times. But again, still, think about it. Let that, stick that in your pipe and marinate on that for a second, okay? Let that marinate all the way down to your plums, okay? And let me know what you think, how you feel on it. Comment in the comment section down below, please and thank you, okay? That would really, really mean a lot, okay? And of course, I got a really great sale going on right now for PascalMerch.com. Go check it out. Got some great stuff over there, so go check it out, okay? But burn after reading, we finally got it. Is there proof of her willing to get her hands dirty, like the dirty laundry that they are? Or is it just a letter showing a mother's love? Think about it. Do me a favor, hit that like button down below. Don't forget to do that. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Crush it. Be greatly appreciated. Hit that notification bell. Set it to all so you know that whenever I go live or whenever I upload. And of course, do not forget, if you want to join the Pascal Show family membership, by all means, hit that join button down below. That'd be greatly appreciated. These purple lights don't pay themselves. And you know I'm working hard. I'm working hard. Anyway, guys, it's time to get going. I appreciate all y'all. Have a great, wonderful, positive night. And I'll be talking to you guys tomorrow morning with another crazy story because we got miles of stories before we go to sleep. Okay, guys? So anyway, I'll be seeing you guys soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. I'll see you guys soon. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.